welcome back to Monday Movie Hunting, the best way to start your week. Today is, of course, Monday, and I'm super excited because two movies that I'm very excited about come out today. I'm sat here because I thought that it would be good lighting-wise, but I've realised for some reason the blind is shut, and I can open the blind, and that also might help. So I'll do that. And while I do that, you guys can head to Sainsbury's, and then we'll come back and see what I picked up. I did manage to pick everything up, which I was really happy about. So there's 3 this week. But yeah, we'll go to Sainsbury's, we'll come back, and then we'll see what I got. Let's go! Is that better? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so the first one is the one I'm most excited about, which has had really mixed reviews, and it's Pet Sematary. I'm really looking forward to this because a couple of reasons. One, I loved the new It. I loved the new It movie, obviously Stephen King's It. I really liked it. And so I was hoping this is going to be more of the same. But secondly, I hadn't seen the original It. Well, that's kind of partly a lie. I'd seen like parts of it. I started watching it. It's kind of long. I don't know. Well, obviously, I feel like if you've read the book, you're going to say the film's not long because the book's like long. But I wasn't super into the original It, which now I feel like I do want to go back and actually watch. And I was a bit confused. I don't know what happened with that one. I didn't really get into it, whereas a lot of Stephen King movie adaptations I really enjoy, but it just originally wasn't one of them that I was super into. So I went into the new It, obviously knowing some things and knowing about Pennywise, but not really comparing it to the original. And I loved it. I thought it was great. This one, Pet Sematary, is kind of a Stephen King story that I have most nostalgia with, I suppose you'd say. Pet Sematary was probably the first horror movie, in a sense, that was kind of at a certain level that I saw. I was probably about 11 years old when I saw Pet Sematary. We recorded it on a VHS off the TV because the Ramones do a song called Pet Sematary, and if you watch the music video, it is kind of actually based around obviously the film and everything, and the theme. But yeah, they do a song called Pet Sematary, so for that reason alone, we'd recorded this film. And I think maybe I wasn't necessarily allowed to watch it or something, and I think I then watched the video like in my room, like a bit later, like not the same day, like a few, however long later, and watched like a bit of it, and then eventually I watched like the whole film. And I was kind of the guy with the head, like he was kind of scary at the time, but it was great. It was something different, it was something new, it got me into the genre, I suppose. I then watched, well, it might have been like a little while later, like maybe a year later or so, I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I remember that was one that I watched early on, and then I think Amityville Horror came out around that time. I might have been a little bit older actually when that came out, but like the remake for that, and I started watching these films. Anyway, so Pet Sematary I really liked, and I'd watched quite a few times then in my early teens, and then I think I rewatched it quite like a few years back, and it wasn't quite everything that I remember it being, so I'm hoping that I won't have too much. I feel like I could like this one if it's done well. I wouldn't necessarily compare it too much to the original because I feel like there was a point where it wasn't, I don't know, it was good, I don't know, I'm really not sure. I just haven't seen it for a while, and I watched it and it didn't live up to the expectations that I had from it from years ago initially, so I like to remember it in a different way. I'm hoping I can just go into it with an open mind and enjoy it. It just looks really cool. And I like the story, and I liked the remake of It. So hopefully I'll like it. I mean, I've heard not great things, but I'm very excited about it. This is one that I've been really looking forward to. I absolutely could not wait for this to come out. Then we have Shazam, which is another one I've been really excited about. Really looking forward to this. It's a DC movie, which kind of hit and miss for me, to be honest, but I actually haven't seen Aquaman yet. I've not watched Aquaman yet, but I will watch that at some point. This one though looks fun, it looks different. I feel like it kind of looks like in the same area as Deadpool, but not as like R-rated. Like it looks a bit more funny, whereas obviously Deadpool is Marvel and it's funny and it's, you know, whatever. This kind of reminds me of that. It could be completely different. I feel like it's not going to be obviously the level of Deadpool, because like I say, it's not obviously, I feel like the light is not actually good. It's not better. I feel like this looks more like it's got kids on the back. It looks more family friendly, but it's a 12. I don't know what it's trying to be. It says 14-year-old who can imagine. Oh, it's about, I understand now why I've seen the poster. It makes so much more sense. I don't know anything about this film. I'll let you know that. I don't know much about it. But I kept seeing posters for it everywhere. It's about a 14-year-old who can transform into an adult superhero. That makes sense. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, so probably not all like Deadpool. That's probably why he's just a bit more funny and it's going to be a bit childish. Maybe it'll be like Big. I love the film Big with Tom Hanks. Obviously, like he's a kid and he like becomes an adult and he's kind of like, that's great. I love that film. So yeah, if that's anything to go by, I should enjoy that. And then the other one I picked up is The Sisters Brothers. Josh has the book for this. He has started reading it, but he hasn't finished it yet. So he does want to finish the book before we watch the film. But I wanted to pick it up anyway, because he's going to read that soon. And it's got John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix, Jake Gyllenhaal. They're all people who, I don't know this other guy. I don't know if I've seen him in anything, but obviously these three I've seen in quite a few things. And I really enjoy, especially Jake Gyllenhaal. He's probably my favourite of them. But yeah, so this is just kind of a Western. I don't know if it's what kind of Western, but it is a Western. And, you know, Westerns are always fun. So I'm looking forward to that one. Josh is looking forward to it probably more than I am. But these two, super excited about those two. But yeah, so those are the three that I picked up. I don't know, I'm sat on my feet. I need to be sat on my feet to be tall enough. I don't think that everybody guessed correctly. Quite a few people guessed that other one, which has Ethan Hawke in. What was it called? It wasn't called Stockholm, because somewhere else it was called Stockholm. The Captor. It has Ethan Hawke in, and I really don't get along with Ethan Hawke. I don't know what it is about me and Ethan Hawke, we just don't get along. However, I did like Boyhood, of course, because who didn't really like Boyhood? Boyhood was great. So I feel like I sometimes give him a chance, but then I gave him a chance and I watched that one first. What was that film called from last year? First Reformed? Maybe it wasn't that. You guys I feel like would know. If you watched 500 Movies last year, you'll know which film I'm on about. It also had Amanda Seyfried in. That's the one. It had Ethan Hawke in, and he drove me nuts. I find him difficult to watch. I don't know what it is about it. Except from in Boyhood. That's like the only exception I think that I can think of. But yeah, so let's go to the spreadsheet and see who did guess correctly. And then we'll talk about kind of next week and plans and stuff. Let's go! Okay, so if you're seeing this, you will see there's a lot of like backslashes, forward slashes, whichever ones they are. I think they're the forward slashes, aren't they? Because a lot of people guessed the I can't say it. I don't know why I can't say the word. The capture. And so I'm starting to really wonder whether there was something about that film that I would actually like. I literally just saw that it was Ethan Hawke and kind of cast it off. So maybe I should look into it. Like, I feel really bad now because everybody was kind of guessing it. To be fair though, Sam Gale, who was originally Random in a Suit, guessed Batman, the Batman movie. Batman Hush, I think it was actually called. So that was, Sam was the only person who guessed Batman. Alison guessed The Captor. And Ben, who was on 26, guessed The Captor. Now, Mark is on holiday. So I just said, oh, I'll just leave it like it's been at this same one for like 3 weeks because they're on holiday. So obviously they got really kind of lucky that they missed out on this whole Captor thing. So Mark is going to be in the lead. When Mark gets back off holiday, they're going to see that actually they're in the lead. Hopefully they'll backtrack and watch this video because I reckon Mark will get back off holiday next Monday. Well, not on exactly Monday, but maybe they'll be back by next Monday. If not, the Monday after, and then I'll be on holiday. And will Mark know that they're in the lead? I don't know. Please, somebody let Mark know. But yes, that just kind of was how that worked out. Obviously, Spooner Mum guessed The Captor, Paul guessed The Captor, Wayne Blake guessed The Captor, David Lee. I don't know if I saw a guess from David Lee. I feel like I need to check on that because I've not put a slash, I've not put anything. Gaz Movies guessed correctly. Which is a shame because last week they guessed correctly and lost their role, and now this week they guessed correctly, so they got 1 point. And then Luke Tebb guessed correctly as well. Ben down here guessed the capture as well. Like, everybody really guessed the capture. I don't know. I feel like I need to look into it. I just definitely am going to have to watch the trailer at least. I don't watch the trailers, but considering I wasn't interested in it at all, I feel like I really need to watch the trailer. And then I'm going to feel terrible if I watch the trailer and actually I'm like, yes, this is exactly something I would like. So I need to look into it. This little thing just pops up, but that's not even my thing. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the spreadsheet. I know it's a, sorry to say, so well done if you did guess correctly, the two people down here, because it was obviously a tricky week, so well done if you guessed correctly. I am sorry if you didn't guess correctly. It's always difficult when people lose like big streaks and stuff, but hopefully you'll guess correctly next week. Let's head back to the other me and see what we have to say about next week. And yeah, I don't know what happened this week, but yeah. Okay, so let's get back to the other me. Okay, I'm back at the spreadsheet bit. I looked up the movie. I've watched 2 minutes of the trailer, which actually is quite long for me. I usually watch like 30 seconds. The trailer is 2 minutes 30. And actually, it looks pretty good. Ethan Hawke doesn't look like his usual Ethan Hawke self. He looks different, but I'm not sure. I'm still a bit apprehensive, but I do think, I didn't realise that it kind of seems like a comedy. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I guess I feel like I haven't seen the trailer for the Sisters Brothers. I just knew that Josh wanted to watch it. I feel like Josh would like this one though. So I feel like I might, if I watch the trailer for that, I might even find this, let's just call it Stockholm. It's called Stockholm most of the time. I have to look it up on the trailer called Stockholm more interesting than the Sisters Brothers. So maybe you guys know me better than I do. I'm not sure. It's tricky. Let's go back to the other me anyways, otherwise I'm going to be too long. Other me. Okay, so well done if you guessed correctly. I feel like I fixed the lighting a little bit. Who knows? It might be worse, it might be better. I feel like maybe this is better. Well done if you guessed correctly, because this week was a hard week. I think it was this one. Obviously, that really threw things off. Like I say, people guessed the capture. And did anybody guess the Batman movie? Because I'm surprised. Okay, I have a really weird love-hate relationship with Batman movies. These animated Batman movies, I desperately want to be like obsessed with. Like, they look so cool and I want to really love them. There was a Harley Quinn one, and there was like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. There's been some awesome ones. Every time I see them, every time they come out in the shops on Mondays, I see them and I'm like, yes, this looks so cool, I love it. And I don't pick them up because I don't end up liking them. I never do. I watched The Killing Joke and I really wasn't a big fan of it. To be fair though, it's my favourite of the ones I watched, but I wasn't a big fan of it. I watched Batman Ninja, which I thought I would love, because it's like an anime Batman. I mean, it sounded great, and I really didn't. And there was another one I watched and I really didn't like it either, but I still do own Gotham by Gaslight that I haven't watched yet, so maybe I can give that one a go. I really want to like them, but I'm really just not succeeding. This one looks really cool. What was it called? I've forgotten already, but it looked really cool. And I was like, yes, this looks great. But again, who knows? So let me know if it's just the ones that I've watched that I kind of like, or whether I don't know. I would love to get into them and like actually watch them, pick them up when they come out, and the new ones, it'd be great. But I'm not a big fan. So that looked really cool. And I really was like, ooh, I nearly picked it up. I nearly did. I was like, this looks great. And then I was like, no, you don't even really ever like them. And I've still got one, Gotham by Gaslight, that I need to watch. So I was like, I'll just obviously stick to these ones. And yes, I'm not sure actually if anyone guessed that. Obviously you've seen the guessing sheet. I haven't done the guessing sheet yet. I do it at the end, you know. But I can't remember. And I feel like I didn't notice that it massively. I remember the capture because I looked it up and I was like, oh, Ethan Hawke, no. However, that's not always a good guide to whether I will or will not pick up a movie. I do sometimes pick up a movie with Ethan Hawke in if somebody else is in it who I really like. Like, I have to balance it out. Anyway, I forgot where I'm going with this. Who knows? I need to look up next week. I didn't even do it. I was just messing around with the lighting, thinking about Batman. Let me see what I'm picking up next week. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've just had a look and there is 4 for next week, which It's kind of crazy, and I'm pretty excited about all of them. However, I'm not here next week. I'm actually on holiday next week and the Monday after, which has never happened before. I've never been on holiday for 2 consecutive Mondays. So I'm obviously going to do Monday movie not hunting. If you kind of only started watching since this year or end of last year when I've not actually been on holiday yet, basically Monday movie not hunting, I film ahead of time. It'll just be like this. There won't actually be any Sainsbury's clips, obviously, because it's filming for the future. And I'll talk about what I picked up, but it'll be in the past, filmed for the future, so I won't actually physically have the movies, but I'll be talking about them, and then I'll let you know how many for next week. And obviously I won't know what you guys have said in the comments, but I'll schedule the videos to upload on the Mondays. And then I won't be able to do the guessing spreadsheet, because of course it'll be in the past for the future, and it's this whole thing, but it'll only be for 2 weeks, and then I'll be back, and then we'll have lots movies to talk about. So maybe then I'll have to do like a Monday movie hunting catch-up special in the... Oh, I know, I need to tell you what I've watched. Okay, right, we'll do that in a minute. Whew, we're getting carried away. I'll have to do like a catch-up special. I was going to say what I've watched, but I won't have watched anything because I will be on holiday, of looking at the movies. I don't know what that special is going to be. I just felt like there should be a special after the 2 not Monday movie hunts that isn't on a Monday. It might be on like a Wednesday or a Friday. Like, who knows what day it'll be on. We'll see. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. Right, now, what did I watch this past week? Let's look on my Letterboxd. Good question, because I watched a couple of things, but they were both a bit mediocre. Yeah, so I watched What Men Want, which was okay. It started out and I was like, I'm not sure, and then I kind of got into it. I got into the characters and the relationships, and it was kind of cute and fun. But it was okay. It was a 3-star. I feel like that's kind of almost to be expected of that movie, but I kind of wish it would have been a 3.5. Like, it could have been a little bit better. It could have got to that 3.5 point. Because it was kind of easy watching, but not as, like, some parts were a little bit annoying. I don't know how to explain it. In the beginning I was just a bit unsure, but then I did get into it and I liked it. And then I watched Boy Erased, which also gave 3 stars. Now, this is a really tricky one actually, because I gave this 3 stars. And it's about this boy who is gay, and he gets, his dad is a pastor? Priest? I'm not sure. His dad is a man of the church. I don't know what he does, I can't remember. And I feel like I've lost my trail now. I ended up trying to figure out who he was in the church. I got confused. And so, you know, basically he obviously doesn't agree with his son being gay and everything like that. So they send him to a conversion camp therapy. And the problem is with these films, I find that it also has Miseducation of Cameron Post, which came out this year as well on DVD Blu-ray. And I find it's like, they're kind of like hard to watch. Like, you get frustrated at the people, obviously, at this conversion therapy, the conversion camp, because obviously these are places that they really do have. It really does happen. It's just so, I just can't like get my head around. Like, it's so crazy how, in a way that they are, and how they treat them first. It's like, it's like a really backwards way that they're being so, I don't know how to explain it, like such a certain way of a person which you wouldn't want to be that type of person. Like, these people who are religious and heads of the conversion therapy and stuff, who are supposed to be, I don't know how to explain it. I really just don't know how to explain it. But I feel I end up, you know, being frustrated. And obviously that's the point, I suppose, is that this shouldn't be happening. And the point is that this is terrible. Which it makes a good point. Like, it was a good film. Nicole Kidman was great, actually. She had a really good line at one point. Well, I won't tell you the line. It was great though, because it would kind of spoil things a little bit. But yeah, and always, you know, there's always kind of tragedy in these films as well. And I just find that, well, I don't know, you don't go into this film to enjoy it. I'm not sure, that's the thing, it's tricky. I feel like I did learn from it and took away from the film, and I don't know, again, I'm not sure. I had the same thing with Miseducation of Cameron Post. I don't know why I didn't consider that this would be the same. I do find them obviously like heartfelt as well, but maybe I always want the ends to be different. I think that's the problem. I want more of an impact for the people who are doing what they were doing. Like, I want more of a, I don't know how to explain it, something for them, because they, you know, I don't know how to explain it, really don't. We're just gonna leave that there. I gave it 3, not necessarily because, I don't know, because I ended up being frustrated. And obviously this whole thing of the people and this and that in the end, and obviously it's a true thing, so it's not really its fault, but you know what I mean. It's just hard to wrap your head around, I suppose, which is the point. It's supposed to be eye-opening and say, you know, this isn't right, which it isn't. So in that sense, it really did its job, so it's a tricky one. Okay, so that is it for this week's Monday Movie Hunt. I feel like it went all over the places, but thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Next week will be a Monday Movie Not Hunting, but it'll still be here. If for any reason it doesn't appear, then I'm not sure what happened, because I will have scheduled it and prepared it, but we'll see how that goes. And then the week after will be a Monday Movie Not Hunting 2. It'll kind of feel almost the same for you guys, but different for me. And then we'll have the special, which we'll see what that is. But yeah, let me know your guesses down in the comments below. There's 4 movies for next week. Again, there won't be a spreadsheet next week, but still put your guesses, because eventually I'll backtrack with the spreadsheet. It'll all work out. But yeah, thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!